I'm gonna go ahead and give my thoughts here about these cloud versions of the Kingdom Hearts games. And one thing I want to get clear is I'm not here to trash on the Kingdom Hearts Switch boards, the Switch versions of the Kingdom Hearts games. I'm not here to trash on them. I'm here to tell you exactly what you're gonna get with these. Do not buy the Kingdom Hearts games on Switch if you do not have excellent internet. If your internet is not at least as good as mine, or it has to be at the bare minimum what I have. Again, I have 1,000 up and down. That's like 1,000 times better than what most of America has. If your internet is not at least as good as that, you will not be able, the game will be relatively unplayable. And even then, I had a hard time with some elements. The biggest factor that was in all of the demos was the audio delay. That was the biggest thing. It actually messed me up in Kingdom Hearts 2 the most, just because it was like 2 seconds behind at some point. And sometimes if you're focusing on audio cues during boss fights, then that's how it really can mess you up. And I think what really took a number off me too was the timer. I was skipping cutscenes, I was doing all that jazz just because I wanted to make sure I could get as far as I can get. In Kingdom Hearts 2, we got as far as the second day. We fought up to the very first boss. I don't spoil for people who haven't played the Kingdom Hearts games, but I got to the first boss, the very first, actual boss of the game, that happens at the very end. That's where I got. And when I got into the cutscene of the next day, boom, that's when it cut me off. 0.2. I got to 3 gears collected. Granted, I probably could have gone a bit further if I had ignored more enemies, and if I had kind of just went to where I needed to go. There was a couple of tests I wanted to run with using magic a whole bunch. I wanted to overall just see how it ran at its worst moments, basically. And I did the same for KH2. You don't fight a lot of enemies in KH2 towards the beginning, but I did make sure to test it out. KH3, though, on the other hand, I actually got to play this demo twice. I don't know why. Maybe I don't know. I hit the timer for both times. I was wondering, I think what did it is it does based off the timer, but it also detects for a save file. If you made a save file and you hit the time limit, it won't let you try again. The first time I played through the demo, I didn't save. So maybe that's why even though I hit the time limit, maybe that's why it let me play a second time. But because I had this idea in my head that, maybe if I make a save, then reach the time limit, delete it, and then reinstall it, because people were saying that would let you play again, because that's what I did, and it let me play that second time. Maybe I could just keep playing through the game like that and loading up a save, because again, the game checks to see if you have a save data on the system already. So I was like, okay, we're going to try that. And I did try it. But after I saved, in order to do the third attempt, even though I did exactly the same thing as before, it didn't work. You could not keep doing it. So my guess would be is if you were to try to not save. Don't save. Turn on the easy codes, hit everything in one hit, and then just see how far you can really go. There's something I kind of want to try. If I delete my save data. that seems like it's pretty far, just for, hold up, archiving. No, all right, hold up. I don't need to do all this. All right. I don't need to do all this. But I was just thinking that if I deleted my save data, actually, let's see, is there save data for the Kingdom Hearts 3 demo? It doesn't look like it. Actually, it'd be the smallest, right? So let's just go all the way to the bottom. Oh, right here. If I delete this demo, wait, okay, yeah, I'm still in the game. Okay, so if I delete this save data, this is delete. Wait, prevent archiving. I want to delete software. But okay, we're getting back on topic. Okay, so granted, you literally cannot just keep playing the games. But my thing is, the biggest factor that's annoying about these games is that they're $90 for the whole series. They're $90. $90. Now, granted, this includes Remind. So if you were to get the all-in-one package right now, the all-in-one package doesn't come with Remind, to my knowledge. It doesn't come with Remind. So yeah, you get a little freebie in there. But look, the Kingdom Hearts, what do they call it? The Integra Masterpiece for Nintendo Switch. It comes with everything, including Remind. You literally have to pay. It's on sale right now though. You better get it while it's hot. $89.99 in US dollars. $90. And the thing is, you're not even getting the biggest factor that someone would buy a version of a game on Switch. Like, say, if I were to get, I don't know, Final Fantasy 16. Say it came out on Switch and it came out on PS4. Like, if I wanted to get it on Switch, I'd mainly be getting it because I can bring it with me. But the biggest factor that the Switch offers, a console experience on the go, you cannot get for Kingdom Hearts. You cannot play Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, Rechained, Watch the Days movie, Birth by Sleep, the Recoded movie, none of those games. You can't play any of them without a strong internet connection. And that is kind of ridiculous because again, they're still asking $40 for 1.5 plus 2.5, $50 for 2.8, $50 for Cage 3 plus Remind, which is a good deal by itself, I think. But Kingdom Hearts 3 goes on sale all the time. And to be selling it at this price right now, years after its release, all of the games being $90, honestly, there has to be a point. It gets to a point where you have to start saying enough is enough. You have to start saying enough is enough. And now that I think about it, I don't think Melody of Memory is in here. Melody of Memory does not come with this bundle. So you're paying $90 and you technically don't get the full game. Now, granted, you don't get the full series. Granted, Melody of Memory is natively on here. You know, granted, see, I own this. Shout out to Square Enix, because again, they did provide me the game for free to play early. And I streamed the entire game early before the game even came out. We literally beat the game before the game came out. And that was an experience I could only get thanks to them. And I did play it on Nintendo Switch. 60 FPS, ran great, honestly. It truly did. But this is the only native Kingdom Hearts game on Switch. And the other experience is not going to be like that. And the fact that they expect you to pay $90 for this, again, it's just on sale now. When it's not on sale, what are you going to do? You know, you're going to pay $90 for these cloud versions of these games on Switch? Because again, the thing that's stopping you from playing this game isn't just the $90, you not being able to afford it. It's also your internet. You could be a billionaire, but if you got boo-boo Wi-Fi, then you're getting a boo-boo Kingdom Hearts experience. Because again, the audio delay makes you not even be able to enjoy the cutscenes. You know, ignore the input delay during gameplay, ignore the pixelation during combat. You still have audio delay during cutscenes. It still happens. It happens. I skipped cutscenes for the most part, but when I did see it, it was delayed. Even the gameplay cutscenes were delayed. So it's like, you could argue that, oh, because you're skipping cutscenes, the network is trying to catch up with it. Bro, that shouldn't be an issue. That shouldn't be an issue. I should not be dealing with input delay or an audio delay when you're expecting me to pay almost $100 for something. That's not what I should be expecting. And Square, I know you're probably watching this. I love y'all with all my heart. You know I do. We've had enough conversations. I've been with you guys for a long time. I've dedicated a lot of my life to sharing my love for everything y'all make. But this is kind of unacceptable. And those of you at the top, you know it's unacceptable. But the thing is, we have shown you guys. I also have to blame us for this. We have shown you that we're willing to buy these things despite it all. You know, we still buy these versions of the games, even though we know they're offering us less than old versions are. We know this was lazily slapped together because they didn't want to put enough effort into doing what needs to be done to make Kingdom Hearts be the best it can be on Switch. Sora being the most requested fighter for Smash Bros. In the history of the series, that makes a lot of Nintendo fans want to play Kingdom Hearts for the first time. You know, or maybe, you know, since they played Dream Drop Distance or Days on the DS or Recoded on the DS or even Chain of Memories on GBA. But this makes somebody want to try out the series for the first time. And after what you did with Dragon Quest, and you gave people who loved Hero and Smash such an amazing experience, me included, Hero being in Smash was a big incentive for me to play Dragon Quest XI-S. And that was one of my favorite JRPGs of all time. And I only got that because of what Smash did. And it was a great port to the console. Now, I can't do that for Kingdom Hearts. Someone who loves Sora from Smash Bros. Would be more than willing to try out Kingdom Hearts. But now you basically told them to look elsewhere because you didn't want to put in enough effort to go the extra mile and give them an experience they never forget. But at the end of the day, you kind of did though. You gave them an experience that they'll certainly never forget, all right. Now, they'll honestly kind of be driven away from the series because most people who own just a Switch, they're not going to buy a PS5 or a PS4 just for these games. Most of them probably wouldn't. You can get the all-in-one for $20, but that is if you have the $400 console, the $300-$400 console to do so. Or, you know, the multiple hundred, maybe even $1,000 PC to play the PC versions of the game. You know, granted, those ones that didn't even work right for months after their release. It gets to a point, how far are you going to let the blind love for fans be something you take advantage of? And again, this speaking from, I'm not just a Kingdom Hearts fan. Everybody here that knows me, all of you guys that consistently watch me, you all know I'm not just a Kingdom Hearts fan. I'm not. I love Kingdom Hearts, but I'm not just a Kingdom Hearts fan. I'm a Square Enix fan. I love practically everything y'all do. I love all the games you guys put out, but even I have to take a stand and say, somebody has to say it. I'm not one of those creators that's just going to be like, hey, we need to, you know, just go ahead and buy the games. Hey, they sponsor in the stream. Go ahead and buy it. You know, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. They didn't pay me a dime to say any of this. And even if they did pay me a dime to say something today, I'd still be saying the exact same thing. And maybe this will hurt my, you know, sponsorship opportunities for you guys in the future. I don't want anything I'm saying here to ruin the relationship I have with you all. Because again, I love Square Enix. But at the same time, I'm saying this because I love this company. I want you to do better. I want you to think of the fans like me who spend the money we work day to day, 9 to 5s on. So I want people who haven't played these games to have as great of an experience as they possibly could have. And honestly, with these releases, you've just kind of shown that you don't care. Not that much. You don't care enough to put the effort behind native ports for any of these. Maybe this is a trial. I'd like to believe this is a trial. But when you're charging $90 for a trial, oh, if they're buying $90 worth of game for the cloud version, maybe they'll spend big money for the native ports too. They like the cloud version, let me put the native ports on there too. Let's be real. You're not going to do that. You have no reason to. Business-wise, if you honestly sell us these versions of the game and they sell well, why would you go and put more resources into natively porting the games to Switch? You have no reason to, because we bought the cloud version. And business-wise, that makes a lot of sense. That's a great business decision. But is it a great moral decision? At that point, why? Why would you do that? And I know maybe I'm getting a little too emotional. Bro, it's just Kingdom Hearts games, bro. It's Disney games. These are kids' games. No. I'm talking as a fan, a consumer, the people they're targeting this stuff for. You may have seen me. I was playing these games. You saw me probably. Like anybody who was watching this stream, because I'm streaming this, those of you guys watching this on YouTube as a video, I was having fun playing this. Y'all saw me as being the greatest speedrunner of all time, and I had fun doing that. But I'm not going to let that fun that I had blind me from what's really being sold here. No, I'm not going to do that. And hey, I'm not saying that you can't buy this. By all means, if this is your only way to play Kingdom Hearts, and you may have decent enough internet to do it, or even if the internet isn't big of an issue or you're not worried about it too much, you know, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead and buy the Kingdom Hearts versions on PC. On Switch, excuse me. Go ahead and do that. If that's how you feel, then by all means. But at the end of the day, let that be the reason why you get it. Don't get it because you're a Kingdom Hearts fan and you feel like you're obligated to do so. No. Don't do it for that. because at the end of the day, you're enabling Square Enix to feel like they can do this and that this is okay. Get Kingdom Hearts on Switch if it's your only means of being able to do so. If you really wanted to get into Kingdom Hearts, you can't buy. It's not reasonable for you to buy a whole console. It's not reasonable for you to buy a whole PC or upgrade for the PC. It's not reasonable for you to borrow a console from a friend. None of that's reasonable. Then go ahead. Go ahead. I genuinely say buy the Kingdom Hearts games on Switch. But if you have any other reason to not do so, you can borrow a console from a friend. You have another console, you know, or somebody's willing to, you can get one for cheap, something like that. I would genuinely believe you shouldn't do it. You shouldn't do it. But this is just the opinion of one guy, a Kingdom Hearts fan who maybe just feels like he cares a bit too much. That's going to be it for me. I've poured my heart out enough for 15 minutes, and there's nearing 100 of you guys watching right now. That's kind of unreal. If you've enjoyed this, hit the like button for me. If you're watching this as a video, hit the like button too. Because again, I'm not trying to slander Square Enix here. I'm not. I truly am not. Have you seen my YouTube banner? Have you seen my Twitter banner and stuff like that? No one can tell me I'm not a Kingdom Hearts fan or a Square Enix fan. But enough's enough. Someone has to put their foot down. A creator has to put their foot down. I'm not going to be one of those creators that knows this is a problem and doesn't make a video on it, or knows it's a problem and just mentions it a little bit in the stream and keeps going. Someone needs to be in the forefront and let it be known this is not okay. Someone has to do that. And ain't nobody trying to be the big man, be like, oh, you hear what KingdomAce said? He's really leading the charge. Ain't nobody trying to do that. I'm just trying to say what needs to be said. I'm just saying what everybody's thinking. This is not okay. And Square needs to know that. But that's going to be it for the video. We're still going to go on with the stream for a bit longer. But if you enjoyed this video and you haven't already, subscribe if you love Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, and everything JRPGs. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is KingdomAce. And remember, everyone, to play some games, have some fun, and enjoy your day today.